$52 to go 4.9 miles with 200 pounds of paint, it looks like. We will see. They only send me things that will go through to my to fit in my vehicle, but we will see. And it's a Sherwin-Williams, so I always take those. CURRi's relationship with Sherwin-Williams is amazing, and the pay is great. So construction season's underway, and we're gonna get it. So I never do these. I want to do one for Instacart sometime, and maybe just to like do it all upside down and wrong and fun for you guys. But this one I'm gonna do right. So we are headed to Leetsdale and Monaco-ish, if you know Denver. From my house, that's about probably about 10-minute drive. It's probably about 3 miles. It's just a lot of lights and stuff. So all right, so I will turn this back on when I hit the Sherwin-Williams, and we'll see what's happening. The other thing is, on scheduled rides, you're always supposed to wake up in a half hour before call. However, they did not put a number in the details, even after I accepted, not the visible details when you're waiting for the order. But they did not put the phone number in the details, which is really weird. That's, by the time you get that, usually that's in the manifest. So you're supposed to call and just make sure they got the delivery ready, but it said rush delivery at 10 a.m. today scheduled. So I'm just gonna go, and if it was farther, I would call. And guys, like I told you before, or like I showed in some pictures yesterday on a community post on YouTube, I showed different scenarios, and sometimes they don't put what you're going to be carrying. So some people put, well, I said, which one would you take of these? And some people put, well, I'd take that one. And I said, I was like, well, if you take this one, then what are you taking? It doesn't have any notes in the field for what you're transporting, even the weight. So weight's important. And even if you're not familiar with the parts, it's just, you can get an idea by, like how many you're taking. Like, if it's a small item and it says times 30, you don't need to worry, because they've sized it to your car. It could just be 30 boxes, not even cases, but boxes of nails. So you never know. You never know with CURRi sometimes what it's going to be. You get an eye for it, just like with all apps, and so you start to recognize, oh, that's Sherwin-Williams because it's $4 a mile or more. Like this one's going to be, this one from pickup to drop off, and this is after loading 200 pounds of paint, which again, we're going to see how that works. But and they all like to be small cans of different paints too. So but regardless, this is going to be what, 4.9 miles for 50, I think it was 52, and it was over 50. It wasn't 55, but so that's going to be like $10 a mile, $11 a mile. So wish me luck. Okay guys, so another thing that I need to add, I'm almost there, by the way, and this has been really quick, so I'm going to be maybe a minute or two early, but that's always good. When you do a scheduled delivery, this is something you should know too. When you wake up in the morning, they send you a text, and you open the app, and you've already scheduled it, and you're getting ready to go run it. Open the app, and it'll give you, and it's always the same thing, it'll say, please text the team, :+1::, and as soon as you do that, it means you're leaving your house and you're headed for the destination. And then when you're within about 1.5 miles, 2 miles, it gives you a little ding that it'll say date. You look at your phone, on the text message, it'll say the delivery is yours. So even if like you're 8 miles away and you do it and you don't get the ding, you're not going to get it till you're about 2 miles radius from your pickup. So don't let it stress you out. Once you're that far along on a scheduled ride, you're going to get it. So yeah, that's about it. Oh shit, my road is closed. Okay, in a minute. All right, I'm at the Sherwin-Williams. I just talked to the lady, and she said that oh man, I can't get to the back. She said that the order, she couldn't find it at first, and now she said the order is ready, and took a little bit of work. Again, guys, sometimes these CURRi runs require you to be a little more than just walk in, say a name, and stand there. You sometimes got to be proactive, and and get, you know, and work with the people. Sometimes the people in these stores aren't even sure what CURRi or freight or any of these places even are. Even if I come in a few times until I'm there like 10 times and know people, that's what happens. But I'm gonna pick up this paint, see what happens. 4, 7, 9, 8. Is that right? 4, 7, 9, 8, 8, 9. All right, guys. So this happens from time to time. Usually not this much. They were pretty short. They were about half the order, which is good because I was curious how 220 pounds is going to work anyway. But I called CURRi. They were all there. Dispatch team was full. They said email. So you got to follow every step. And if it's, you know, if you call and you take the time, you're like, well, you know, screw it. I'll just do it because whatever. If they, you know, if you get that message and you've called, they show that you've called on a record, but they also have they say email. You do the email from within the app. It's not a big deal, but you just send an email saying the details. Like, hey, I came. They don't have the full order. I am taking what they do have, especially with like these paint orders, because the place that I'm delivering to will definitely want the paint that I have over nothing today, because they probably have a whole team working, so they can get working on whatever I do have of what they're needing. But yeah, at least email them first. Okay, guys. So I followed all the steps I'm supposed to. I picked up what I could. You know, I hate picking up semi-orders, but that's what happens from time to time. Especially when it's the paint, you know people want it, but it was a big order of paint, so hopefully this will get them through until Sherwin-Williams can figure out how to get them the rest. But you always take what you can get. Never think a partial load is like you need to cancel it or anything. Always follow through with communicating with CURRi, call them, and then if you don't get an agent on the phone, which usually you do, it's a weekend, so that can be a little different, but they're 24 hours, they got people there, so, if they don't answer, they have a message that will happen that will say, please make sure to send us an email. Make sure you do that, and then go on your way to the drop-off location. At the drop-off location, most likely, they will ask me where the rest of the paint is, and I will say I'm not sure. That, you know, I work for CURRi. I'll give them the order number, and I will let them know that they can contact CURRi as well as the Sherwin-Williams that I picked up from. It is the customer's job to make sure that they input all the information correctly, that everything's ready, you know, and you know, it's my job to do the steps I need to. I called, I made, you know, is the order ready? Yep. But when I got there, it's only 4 of them. Or, you know, it's only like whatever I've gotten this load, so it's, you know, I don't know. I wish that, I guess one thing I wish is, but it just goes to the workforce right now. You know, there's people untrained in every job out there these days, and I don't mean against the people at Sherwin-Williams. It was 2 ladies who looked extremely busy. There was already like 7, 8 people in there. They were running around, but they're like, no, that's it. They really looked in the back warehouse, and that was it. That's all they had. So, you know, the communication's key, but sometimes there's even a breakdown on that. You gotta be, again, this is more independent contractor model than most of you are probably used to on delivery and rideshare and most platforms. However, the pay is way better. As always is the pay when you're doing more work. So they just expect you to be more responsible, and you actually play a role in making sure that that everything happens smoothly, that coordination happens, and that you're in contact with everybody, with the Sherwin-Williams in this case, with the customer when I get there, and usually phone numbers and everything like that are provided and everything you need. So was this smooth? We'll see. Maybe they're only expecting a few today, but we'll see. Hey guys, I almost forgot. I cannot stress this enough either. You can use Google Maps, you can use Waze, you can use whatever you want. But in the app, you can use Google Maps or Apple Maps. If you have the ability to go Apple Maps for using an iPhone, use Apple Maps. It is really friendly with construction, and and areas that aren't developed yet and things like that. Sometimes even Google Maps will put you at the wrong end of the city, not just kind of you're in the general area, even like maybe you're 20 miles from where you need to be. So sometimes it can not only just a little bit off, it can way skew up your trip. I've found that Apple Maps is pretty much 100% accurate. They even got the addresses that don't exist yet. So like if a neighborhood's being developed and doesn't even have the street signs up yet, it'll be able to take me through the turns of that neighborhood and get me to the destination. So and obviously guys, with paint, you should know this. Probably you already know this, I'm sure, but never leave paint outside. Don't cover it, don't do anything like that. A lot of CURRi drops are you take them, you take a picture. If you can't find a foreman or whatever, you can take a picture and leave them somewhere that you see as a safe area. Then it all gets taken care of from there. But with paint, never, 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 never. Always get it inside, people. You can absolutely destroy the paint very quickly. So if you didn't know that about paint, there's a paint lesson. And I'm going to deal with the rest of this traffic, and then I will come back after the delivery. All right, guys. Again, we saw a little worker shortage here at 1000 Broadway. I got to these apartments where all this paint was supposed to go, and CURRi is usually hands-free. You don't have to load it into your car, you don't have to load it out, and that really is the case. Usually that's the case. Today I had to do both. I had to load it in, and when I got here, I guess the maintenance guy for the apartment complex quit yesterday. So she's like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, I'll do it for you. I asked her if she had a dolly. She said no, so I had to carry it all in by hand. But even all that said, from my house to right now, I'm at 55 minutes, and I just looked, and it was 52.55. So I just got paid 52.55 for just under an hour of work, and I'm about 15 minutes to go back home. So about an hour and 10 minutes, hour 15 tops, $52.55. That's not bad. I'll take those all day. Peace.